Aloha. We are Dave and Sue Shanahan, and this is our Marriage Minute.
In a recent series of talks that we heard, we were challenged to go all the way back to the beginning, to really examine who we are. Our identity is very important to get straight. It colors who we are and how we see the world.
As a child of God, I have dignity. I'm loved to the very core of my being by God. And this love allows me to walk as a child of God and know that I am worthy of love by God and thus by anybody else. When I internalize God's love, His unconditional love, only then do I have the capacity to become vulnerable to love and to be loved by others. We also have an identity as two people joined in marriage. Sue is my beloved and made in God's image.
And Dave is my man, made in God's image. As married persons, we need to keep awareness not only of ourselves as children of God, but also know that our beloved is a precious child of God. What you think is your reality? I try to think the best thoughts about Dave. He is thoughtful, he is strong, and he's very handsome.
I try to think the best thoughts about Sue, and she is the one who makes our home. She cooks most of our meals, and she's the one who really is the great communicator in our family and keeps us all together.
When we focus on what our spouse does right, instead of just what our spouse does wrong, it changes our whole perspective. When challenged with a shortcoming, I become defensive. When admired for a contribution, I let down my guard and actually smile.
When we both recognize God in one another, the inevitable irritations of especially the close living that these last few months have afforded can easily be overcome.
Jesus left us with these last instructions. Love one another as I have loved you.
As He loves us unconditionally, even in our brokenness, what response can we have but to offer that same love to our spouse?
And this has been our Marriage Minute.